Do you believe that a single cup of ginger water in the morning could decide whether you live as a man or merely exist as a shadow of who you used to be? I know, it sounds almost too simple. A piece of ginger, a cup of warm water, something you probably used all your life to season food, calm a cough, or warm your belly on a cold day. But here's a truth most men don't know or refuse to believe. 80% of men over 60 no longer see their manhood rise to greet the morning sun. And they think, well, I'm old now. That's just how it is. But no, science shows that men who still have morning erections live longer, have stronger hearts, higher testosterone, and most importantly, they step out of bed each day with a quiet, unshakable confidence. I'm still a man. Today, I'm not going to teach you some quick ginger hack or a 30-second TikTok tip. I'm going to show you how to turn ginger into a morning ritual that awakens your masculine life force. A ritual that combines the ancient philosophy of Eastern masters, martial artists, monks, healers, with modern science about testosterone, blood flow, nerve sensitivity, and male vitality after 60. Because ginger is not just a spice. It is a small flame. And if you know how to nurture that flame, it can warm your entire body and the quiet dignity within your heart each morning. And at the end of this video, I will tell you the story of one of my patients, a man who once thought of ending his life because he felt powerless. But just 4 weeks later, he looked into the mirror, straight into his own eyes, and said, I am still a man. Don't leave, because your life force is waiting for you to awaken it, starting tomorrow morning. I want to tell you about a man named Harold. He was 68 years old when he walked into my office for the first time. A retired mechanic, hands rough and strong from decades of working on engines, broad shoulders, thick forearms, posture like an oak tree. He used to tell me stories of his days rebuilding truck transmissions alone in his garage, covered in grease, cigarette tucked behind his ear, feeling like there was nothing in this world he couldn't fix. That's who Harold used to be. But on the day he came to see me, he sat in the chair across from me, hunched forward, staring down at his own thick fingers. Silent, his wedding ring clinked lightly against the armrest as he fidgeted with it. After a long pause, he cleared his throat and spoke in a voice that sounded smaller than I imagined it would. Doc, I don't know how to say this without sounding pathetic. I stayed silent, letting him gather the courage to continue. Finally, he looked up at me, eyes red around the edges. I haven't woken up hard in over a year. Not once. I mean, I can't even remember the last time I woke up feeling like a man. And my wife, she doesn't say anything, but I see it in her eyes. I feel useless. I could see the shame etched deep into the lines around his eyes. The pain no pill bottle could ever fix. You see, when a man loses his morning erection, it's not just a loss of function. It feels like a silent death of masculinity, a quiet, unspoken grief. Because morningwood isn't just about sex. It's a sign your blood is still flowing, your nerves are still alive, your hormones are still speaking the language of life. It's a sign you still carry your silent, primal power within you. When that disappears, many men begin to believe their worth has disappeared with it. Harold sat there, staring down at his boots, shaking his head. I feel like I'm just here, taking up space. I leaned forward and asked him, Harold, do you drink ginger? He raised his eyebrows. Ginger? Like the stuff my wife puts in chicken stir-fry. I smiled. Yes, exactly that ginger. But not just in food. As a ritual. Every morning. He chuckled weakly. Doc, I came here for a real solution, not cooking tips. I nodded. I know it sounds simple, but it's not the ginger alone. It's what the ginger does inside your blood vessels, your nerves, your hormones, and what the ritual does inside your mind. Ginger is a spark, but you have to build a fire around it. He looked at me, eyes squinting with curiosity, but his mouth still curled in disbelief. So I explained to him how ginger increases nitric oxide, opening blood vessels like widening a highway, how it reduces inflammation in the very tissues responsible for erections, how it supports testosterone production at the cellular level, how it awakens dopamine and serotonin pathways that spark desire, motivation, and hope. But most importantly, I told him about the ginger ritual. I said, tomorrow morning, before you do anything else, you're going to heat a cup of water to about 120 degrees. Add a slice of fresh ginger. Let it steep. Then place your hand on your lower belly. Close your eyes and take 5 deep breaths. With each breath, imagine warmth flowing down into your pelvis. Drink slowly, feeling it travel down. Then spend 3 minutes gently massaging the area 3 fingers below your navel. This is not just a drink. It is a ritual, a declaration each morning. I am still here. He sat quietly for a moment, then shook his head and chuckled again, this time with a hint of relief. Well, hell, I've tried everything else. Pills don't work. Pumps are humiliating. Shots, I can't even imagine. If ginger tea is what it takes, Doc, I'll try it. I smiled. Harold, you're not just trying ginger tea. You're rebuilding a bridge between your mind, your blood, your hormones, and your spirit. That bridge has always been there. You've just forgotten how to cross it. He left my office that day with a small paper bag of fresh ginger from the clinic kitchen. As he walked out, I watched his shoulders square up just a little. Like the simple act of carrying that ginger had already planted a small ember of hope inside his chest. But what happened to Harold in the weeks that followed? Well, I'll tell you about that later. Because his journey wasn't just about erections. It was about becoming a man reborn. A man who would soon stand before the mirror each morning and whisper words he thought he'd never say again. Words that might change the way you see yourself tomorrow morning. But we'll come back to Harold. Because first, you need to understand why ginger is so much more than just a kitchen spice. Before we return to Harold's story, you need to understand why ginger is so much more than just something your grandmother added to cookies at Christmas. Most people think of ginger as a simple spice, something to warm up your soup or calm an upset stomach. But buried inside this humble root is a pharmacy of compounds that modern science is only beginning to fully appreciate. The first compound is gingerol. Think of gingerol as a key that unlocks your blood vessels. When you drink ginger, gingerol signals your body to produce more nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a molecule that tells your blood vessels to open wider, allowing blood to flow with greater ease. This isn't just about heart health. For men, it means blood can reach your pelvic region more effectively, because erections at their core are a blood flow event. Without good circulation, testosterone is just potential energy with nowhere to go. Then there's Shogal, another compound that forms when ginger is dried or heated. Shogal works alongside gingerol to reduce inflammation. Why does this matter? Because inflammation is like rust inside your blood vessels. Over time, high inflammation narrows your arteries, making it harder for blood to reach where it needs to go. Less blood flow means weaker erections, lower testosterone, and an overall feeling of fatigue. But ginger doesn't stop there. Studies show it can actually support the Leydig cells in your testes, the very cells responsible for producing testosterone. One study found that daily ginger intake increased testosterone levels significantly in men with fertility issues. Think about that. A simple root from your kitchen counter can help reignite the hormonal engine inside you. And let's not forget the nervous system. Ginger has been shown to increase dopamine and serotonin levels in the brain. Dopamine is your drive, your sense of purpose, motivation, and sexual desire. Serotonin is your feeling of calm, safety, and emotional connection. Together, these neurotransmitters are what make you feel alive, engaged, and powerful. Here's how I explain it to my patients. Testosterone is like the fuel in your car. But if your arteries are clogged, it doesn't matter how full your tank is. The blood flow is the highway that carries that fuel to the engine. And ginger? Ginger is what clears and widens the highway, so the fuel can reach the engine at full force. This is why ginger is so much more than a spice. It's an ancient medicine with modern relevance. In traditional Chinese and Ayurvedic medicine, ginger has been used for thousands of years to awaken what they call the fire energy within the body. Science now shows that this fire energy is rooted in very real physiology. Improved circulation, reduced inflammation, boosted testosterone, enhanced nerve function, and a rekindled sense of masculine confidence. But remember, ginger is just the spark. If you don't know how to build a fire around it, It will burn out as quickly as it started. In a moment, I'll share with you the 10 surprising benefits of ginger for men over 60 and how to combine them into a morning ritual that transforms a simple cup into the fuel for your life force. And after that, I'll tell you what happened to Harold, because what he discovered might just be the key to you feeling like a man again. Now that you understand how ginger works in your body, let's explore 10 powerful benefits it brings to men over 60. Benefits you won't hear about from most doctors. 1. Improves blood flow to your pelvic region. The first and most important benefit is increased blood flow. Ginger's gingerol and shogal compounds boost nitric oxide production, which widens blood vessels and lowers vascular resistance. For men, this means better circulation to the pelvic region. Erections are a blood flow event. No matter how high your testosterone is, if blood can't reach where it needs to go, nothing happens. Many of my patients report morning erections returning within weeks of starting their daily ginger ritual. Imagine what that would feel like for you tomorrow morning. 2. Supports natural testosterone production. The second benefit is ginger's ability to support testosterone production. Studies have shown ginger improves the function of Leydig cells in the testes, which produce testosterone. One study found men taking ginger daily experienced up to a 17% increase in testosterone levels. That's not from injections or gels. It's your own body reawakening its hormonal engine. Think about Mr. Harold, who felt dead inside until his morning ritual sparked life back into his system. 3. Reduces inflammation in erectile tissues. Chronic inflammation is like rust in your pipes. It narrows arteries, damages tissue, and blocks the microcirculation needed for strong erections. Ginger's anti-inflammatory effects reduce this rust, keeping your blood vessels clean and responsive. Reduced inflammation also helps prevent painful erections and improves overall genital health, especially for men with diabetes or vascular disease. 4. Enhances nerve sensitivity for stronger pleasure. Most men think weak erections are purely about blood flow, but nerves play an equal role. Ginger enhances nerve sensitivity by reducing oxidative stress and inflammation along nerve pathways. Many men have told me after weeks of their ginger ritual, they began feeling sensations they hadn't felt in years. A light touch felt electric again. Imagine how that could change intimacy with your partner. 5. Supports prostate health. Prostate enlargement is a common issue for men over 60. Ginger's anti-inflammatory and antioxidant compounds protect prostate cells from oxidative damage, reducing the risk of benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH. One study showed ginger extract inhibited prostate cell growth in men with early enlargement. Mr. George, a 71-year-old retired math teacher, told me his nightly bathroom trips reduced by half after adding ginger to his morning routine. 6. Increases semen volume and sperm quality. Even if you're not trying to have children, semen volume affects how strong your orgasms feel. Ginger improves seminal fluid production and protects sperm from oxidative damage. Many of my patients report feeling fuller and experiencing more intense climax after a month of daily ginger tea. It's not just about fertility. It's about reclaiming the full experience of being a man. 7. Boosts heart health and stamina. Your heart is the pump behind every erection. Ginger lowers blood pressure, reduces cholesterol, and improves circulation, easing the strain on your cardiovascular system. The result? Better stamina not just in intimacy, but in daily life. Walking upstairs without breathlessness, carrying groceries with ease, or simply feeling your chest expand with strength again. 8. Increases energy and reduces fatigue. Ginger helps regulate blood sugar levels and improves insulin sensitivity. Stable blood sugar prevents the crashes that cause afternoon fatigue. Men over 60 often experience dips in energy, but ginger acts like a gentle stimulant, increasing alertness without the jitteriness of caffeine. Think of it as the difference between a raging fire that burns out fast versus a steady flame that keeps you warm all day. 9. Protects blood vessels by stabilizing blood sugar. High blood sugar damages blood vessel linings, leading to erectile dysfunction and vascular disease. Ginger stabilizes glucose levels, reducing these damaging effects. For men with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, daily ginger is a protective ritual to maintain vascular health. the foundation of strong, lasting erections. 10. Lowers cortisol to calm the mind and improve libido. Finally, ginger lowers cortisol, the stress hormone. High cortisol blocks testosterone production, raises blood sugar, and keeps your nervous system in a constant fight-or-flight state. Ginger's calming compounds help bring your body back into parasympathetic mode, the rest, digest, and arousal state. Stress kills libido, but calmness awakens it. When my patients hear this list, many of them ask, "Why did my doctor tell me this?" The truth is, modern medicine often focuses on fixing broken parts instead of nurturing the whole system. Ginger is not a pill that forces an artificial response. It's a root that reminds your body of what it was always capable of. It works not because it overrides your systems, but because it nourishes them back to life. I tell my patients, testosterone is your fuel. Blood flow is a highway. Nerves are the ignition switch. But ginger is a spark that wakes up the entire engine. In the next part, I'll teach you how to turn this knowledge into a powerful daily ritual. Because drinking ginger like a casual tea will give you mild benefits. But turning it into a morning ritual, a conscious act of masculine awakening, will transform your life from the inside out. And after that, I'll tell you how Mr. Harold's story ended. Because his journey wasn't just about getting erections back. It was about reclaiming his dignity and rediscovering what it truly means to live as a man. Let me know when you're ready for the Ginger Ritual Step-by-Step Guide to build your powerful, structured, and retention-focused long-form video today. Most men think drinking ginger tea is just another health tip on a long list of things they should do. But there's a reason I don't call it ginger tea in my clinic. I call it the Ginger Ritual. Because if you treat ginger like a casual drink, that's all it will ever be. But if you treat it like a ritual, with intention, awareness, and respect, it becomes something entirely different. It becomes a doorway to awakening your masculine life force each morning. Step 1. Preparation. Choose your ginger. Start by choosing fresh ginger root whenever possible. Gingerol, its most powerful compound, is highest in fresh, firm roots with a bright golden center. If fresh ginger is unavailable, use high-quality organic ginger powder without fillers. Cut a 1-inch piece, wash it, and gently crush it with the side of your knife to release its oils. Crushing, not chopping, preserves its potency. As you prepare it, don't rush. Feel the texture under your fingers. Smell its spicy warmth. Remind yourself, this is not just food, this is medicine, this is fire. Step 2. Brewing. Create the foundation. Boil about 8 ounces, 250 milliliters, of water. Remove from heat just before it reaches a rolling boil, when small bubbles appear. Water that's too hot can destroy ginger's delicate compounds. Place the crushed ginger into your cup. Pour the hot water over it slowly. Watch as the water swirls around the ginger, releasing golden wisps into the clear liquid. This is the foundation of your ritual. Cover the cup with a small plate to keep in the aromatic oils. Let it steep for 5 to 7 minutes. Step 3. Enhance the power. Add supportive ingredients. After steeping, add 1 teaspoon of raw honey. This not only enhances taste, but also contains enzymes and minerals that support nitric oxide production and immune health. A pinch of cayenne pepper, optional. Cayenne amplifies ginger's vasodilating effect, improving blood flow further. If you have heart conditions or ulcers, consult your doctor before using cayenne. Stir gently, watching the honey melt into golden tea, becoming one with it. Step 4. The awakening, mindful breathing. Before taking your first sip, place your free hand on your lower abdomen, 3 fingers below your navel. Close your eyes. Take 5 slow, deep breaths into your belly. Inhale through your nose, feeling your belly rise under your hand. Exhale slowly through your mouth. With each breath, imagine warmth gathering in your lower abdomen, spreading into your pelvis, flowing down into your manhood. Visualize blood vessels opening, nerves awakening, energy returning. Step 5. Drinking the ritual itself. Open your eyes and bring the cup to your lips. Take a small sip, hold it in your mouth for a second. Feel its warmth spreading from your tongue down your throat into your chest and belly. Drink slowly. This is not a cup of coffee to gulp down between emails. This is your morning ritual. Feel the ginger's fire awaken your blood, your hormones, your spirit. Step 6. Activation, CV4 massage. After finishing your ginger, keep your hand on your lower abdomen. Using 3 fingers, gently massage the 0.3 finger widths below your navel, known in Eastern medicine as CV4 or the lower dantian. Massage in small clockwise circles for about 3 minutes. Keep your breath slow and steady. This stimulates blood flow to your pelvic organs, supports testosterone production, and grounds your nervous system into a calm, powerful state. Step 7. Reflection, close with gratitude. Finally, sit quietly for a moment with your eyes closed. Bring your awareness to your body, your heart, your lungs, your belly, your pelvis. Feel gratitude for this body that has carried you through 6 decades of life. Repeat silently to yourself, I am still here. I am alive. I am a man. Many men ask me, why can't I just drink it quickly and move on? I tell them, you can, but then you miss the point. A ritual is not about the action alone. It's about creating meaning. When you bring awareness to drinking ginger, when you breathe with it, when you massage and reflect, you awaken parts of yourself that have been asleep for years. Because ginger is just a spark. Your breath is the oxygen. Your intention is the wood. Together, they build the fire that warms not just your body, but your entire life force. And now, I'll finish Harold's story. Because what happened to him after he began his ginger ritual is something every man over 60 deserves to hear. 4 weeks later, Harold walked back into my clinic. I'll never forget the way he entered my office that day. It wasn't dramatic. He didn't burst in with arms raised or shout out some triumphant declaration. No, Harold was never that kind of man. But the change in him was unmistakable. He stood a little taller as he walked. His shoulders rolled back instead of slumping forward. His gaze, which once drifted down to the floor, now met mine directly with a quiet intensity. He sat down across from me, took a slow breath, and folded his thick hands over his knee. For a few moments, he didn't say a word. He just looked at me with eyes that held a strange mixture of gratitude and disbelief. Finally, he chuckled softly. Doc, I didn't think it would work. I smiled. Tell me what's changed. He nodded, his eyes welling up slightly. The first week, nothing. I woke up each morning, drank that ginger tea, did the breathing, massage below my belly button like you showed me. Felt silly at first, like some old man doing yoga in his kitchen. But then about day 9 or 10, I woke up and felt something I hadn't felt in over a year. It wasn't a full salute, but it was there. And Doc, I can't explain how that felt. It was like my body saying, hey, I'm still here. His voice broke as he paused to wipe a tear from the corner of his eye with his thick thumb. By the 3rd week, I woke up one morning and there it was, strong, full. I actually cried, document. Not because I missed the sex, although that was nice too. I cried because for the first time in so long, I felt like a man again. He laughed, shaking his head, a deep, resonant laugh that seemed to come from his chest, not just his throat. My wife, she noticed, of course, but it wasn't just about sex for her either. It was about how I carried myself. I've been getting out of bed earlier, taking walks with her after breakfast, fixing little things around the house I'd been ignoring. I feel alive again. I sat there listening, feeling that quiet satisfaction a doctor feels when he sees a patient reclaim a part of themselves they thought was lost forever. I told Harold, you see, it was never just about the ginger. He nodded slowly. Yeah, I think I get it now. It's about the ritual. About waking up every morning and telling myself, I'm still here. I still matter. He leaned forward slightly, eyes locked onto mine. You know, Doc, men like me, we spend our whole lives fixing things. Engines, broken doors, leaking faucets. But no one ever taught us how to fix ourselves when we start to feel broken. He took another breath, then whispered, almost himself, but I'm not broken. I'm just waking up again. Those words stayed with me long after Harold left that day, because he was right. Most men don't realize that growing older isn't about fading away. It's about discovering new forms of strength within yourself, forms that are quieter, deeper, and far more powerful than the brute force of your youth. Harold reminded me that rituals aren't about superstition or routine for the sake of habit. Rituals are how men have anchored themselves for centuries. They are small daily acts of meaning that remind you who you are, what you stand for, and what kind of life you choose to live. Ginger didn't save Harold. Harold saved himself. Ginger was just a spark he needed to remember that the fire was never truly gone. It was waiting for him to breathe life into it again. And so I ask you, when you wake up tomorrow morning, will you simply drink your coffee and scroll through your phone, letting the day happen to you? Or will you choose to awaken with intention, to sit with yourself for a moment, breathe deeply, and light a small flame within you that reminds you, I am still here. I am alive. I am a man. Because sometimes all it takes is one small ritual to awaken the greatness that never left you. If there's one thing I've learned after 35 years of working with men over 60, it's this. Most men don't fear death itself. They fear becoming invisible before they die. They fear waking up each day feeling weaker than the last. They fear looking in a mirror and seeing someone they don't recognize anymore. A man whose shoulders have slumped, whose eyes have dimmed, whose voice has lost its quiet strength. They fear no longer feeling like a man. When Harold told me, I felt like I was just here, taking up space. He wasn't just talking about his erections. He was talking about his identity. Because for men, especially men who spent their whole lives working with their hands, providing for their families, carrying silent burdens no one else saw, their body has always been their anchor. When that body begins to fail, they start believing their worth is fading too. But here's the truth I want every man watching this to understand. Growing older does not mean becoming less of a man. It means discovering a different kind of strength, a quieter, deeper, more grounded masculinity that no longer needs to prove itself through aggression or dominance, but radiates through presence, wisdom, and calm power. That is what the ginger ritual is truly about. Yes, ginger improves nitric oxide, testosterone, circulation, and nerve sensitivity. Yes, it has powerful anti-inflammatory and protective effects for your prostate and heart. But beyond the science, there is something deeper happening when you create a ritual each morning. You are telling your body, I care about you. You are telling your mind, I am taking time for myself. And you are telling your spirit, I am still here. I still matter. Because so many men spend their entire lives giving to others, their employers, their families, their communities. But they forget that without a strong foundation within themselves, everything they give becomes hollow. I have seen men who were once physically powerful but crumbled under stress, disease, and loneliness because they never nurtured their inner life. And I have seen men who were frail in body but radiated such depth and quiet confidence that everyone in the room felt it when they entered. What made the difference? It wasn't money. It wasn't social status. It wasn't youth. It was intention. It was how they chose to live each day. It was how they carried themselves, even in silence. When you wake up tomorrow, you have a choice. You can let the day happen to you. You can roll out of bed, check your phone, scroll through the news, drink your coffee mindlessly, and let the hours slip by like water through your hands. Or you can sit for just 10 minutes. Prepare your ginger with care. Breathe deeply into your belly. Feel the warmth awaken your blood, your hormones, your nerves. Massage the center of your strength. And remind yourself, I am still here. I am alive. I am a man. Because at the end of life, no one remembers how many hours you worked or how many titles you held. They remember how they felt in your presence. They remember your calm, your strength, your warmth. That begins with how you choose to awaken each day. The ginger ritual is not just about erections or testosterone. It's about dignity. It's about reclaiming your mornings as a sacred space to reconnect with the fire within you, a fire that never truly goes out, no matter how old you are. So, tomorrow morning, light that fire. Part 8, CTA and video teaser, 1 minute. If this message resonated with you today, if you're ready to awaken each morning with intention, if you're ready to stop drifting through life and start living with strength again, then I want you to do two things right now. First, subscribe to this channel, because each week I share science-backed strategies, ancient wisdom, and practical rituals to help men over 60 reclaim their masculine vitality, naturally, without pills, without gimmicks, and without losing their dignity. Second, leave a comment below with the words, "I'm still here." Those 3 words aren't just for me. They're for you. They're your declaration that you're ready to stand tall again, to live with purpose, and to remind yourself each day, I am still here. I am alive. I am a man. And if you found value in today's ritual, then don't miss my next video, because in it, I'll teach you a powerful breathing exercise combined with testicle activation techniques. Yes, you heard that right. That can naturally boost your testosterone by up to 20%. It's a practice that ancient martial artists and modern performance coaches use to awaken energy, strengthen sexual health, and restore confidence in men over 60. So subscribe, comment, I'm still here, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay strong, stay thoughtful, and never forget, your life force is waiting for you to awaken it.